Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE News, episode 337. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Brandon here, and welcome back to another juicy episode of WWE News and Rumors. So, we have a lot of stuff to talk about today. This is the new show where I tell you guys the news story and also give my opinion, which kind of makes it different than the other wrestling channels. So, here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy episode number 337. Alright, so the first news story. The first news story is actually about Sting. So, Sting is another wrestler who is no longer under a WWE contract. So, Sting has no contract on him right now from WWE, so let's go ahead and start it up, guys. What's up with all the AEW rumors? AEW, Sting, coming to AEW. Well, he's tweeting things about AEW, so, I mean, it's possible. I mean, Sting was in TNA before, so it's definitely possible Sting could show up in AEW. I don't know if Sting would be having, wrestling still. I think his wrestling career may be over after the injury with the Seth Rollins match. If you don't know about that, definitely go look that up. But Sting no longer has a merchandise contract with WWE, so he doesn't have any contract with WWE right now, so they can't sell his merch. They can't. I guess they can still send him a royalty check, but they can't. He's not under contract. They can't control what he does, where he goes. So Sting could really go anywhere in the entire world and show up at this point. All right, gentlemen. So that was actually the only confirmed news story to talk to you guys about today, about Sting actually not being under a WWE contract anymore. So now we're going to talk about some unconfirmed news stories, also called rumors. I'm going to use my catchphrase, which is on a t-shirt with a juice box on it, available on the Brandon Hodge merchandise store. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all the news stories, and now we're going to talk about some juicy rumors. All right, the first rumor. The first rumor is actually about Sami Zayn. So, if you guys don't know, Sami Zayn has been stripped of the He has been stripped of the Intercontinental Championship. And apparently he has a lot of, this is kind of like a wrestling show, he has a lot of heat on him. Basically, there's a lot of people unhappy with him backstage about him refusing to wrestle what is wrong with me today, guys? Okay, let me just rewind this and try this all again. Ladies and gentlemen, Sami Zayn has been stripped of the title, and apparently there is a lot of heat on him. People very unhappy backstage because he is refusing to wrestle due to this the circumstances going around right now with the virus and all, which, a normal company wouldn't care. They'd be like, yeah, we understand. I mean, WWE, they may be like that towards him, but apparently there's a lot of backstage problems, kind of like Roman Reigns. Apparently Roman Reigns is causing, there's no reason, but apparently it's rubbing some people the wrong way, that these people, it's whatever. I think right now they should have a choice. I get they have to strip him on the title since he's not back to defend. But then again, Brock Lesnar only wrestled a few times a year with the title. So I'm beyond confused with what their issue is. But Sami Zayn's been stripped of the title because he's not wrestling, and apparently this has rubbed a lot of people backstage the wrong way. So it doesn't look like he will be in any type of title picture anytime soon. All right, the next rumor. The next rumor is about actually Brock Lesnar. So Brock Lesnar, he lives in Canada, right? He's not a Canadian. He didn't grow up in Canada, but he took a liking to Canada and kind of being in the middle of nowhere and not having to be around anyone. So he lives in Canada, but here was the issue, right? There's a travel ban going on. So how did they get Brock Lesnar from Canada to the United States for WrestleMania? How did that happen? Well, apparently, Brock Lesnar is such a big deal that they were able to pull some strings and actually get the travel ban lifted just for him. Just magically allowed to cross the border because he's Brock Lesnar. So that just boom. Brock Lesnar doesn't have to follow the national rules of no travel across the borders because he's Brock freaking Lesnar. The next rumor also has to do with Brock Lesnar. So it's about Brock Lesnar's contract. So there's been a lot of rumors going around ever since WrestleMania that was it for Brock. Brock's done. He's leaving. And I've heard this crap for 5 years, guys. I don't know why they keep signing Brock to such short contracts, or they just come up every few years. But basically, this deal's about to come up. And one of these deals, eventually, one of them, we're not sure which one, but one of these deals is going to end and he's not going to resign. Is that this deal? I don't think so. I think he's going to resign. Personally, I think he's going to resign. Vince is probably going to have to throw more money at him because it seems like every contract negotiation, every contract he signs, the dollar amount increases by millions every single contract. I think this past one was for 10 million. Maybe they're going to have to offer 11 or 12 million for this next one, and that's for very limited dates. Maybe I don't know what the deal is. At least the big 4 pay-per-views. So we'll have to wait and see. But if you're Brock Lesnar or not even Brock Lesnar. If you're anyone and you're sitting at a table with the owner of a billion-dollar company and they just want to throw millions at you for just working a few days a year, it's kind of hard to say no. So I mean, I get it. So we'll have to see. But personally, I think Brock's gonna resign as soon as he sees all those dollar signs or all the zeros are gonna be on his check. So we'll have to wait and see. All right, the next rumor also has to do with a contract, but this one has to do with Rey Mysterio. So Rey Mysterio was kind of written off of television. If we want to call gouging someone's eye out on national television, have blood running down their face, and then getting thrown off the roof the night prior to that, if we want to call that as writing them off. I guess in the wrestling world, that is writing someone off of television. So they basically wrote Rey off because Rey's contract is actually coming up. I've heard rumors that Rey already re-signed, that he signed like a 5-year deal and he's not going anywhere. We're sticking with him for the next 5 years. But apparently the reality is Rey's contract comes up in a few weeks. They're still negotiating. The personal backstage feeling is Rey's going to be re-signing. So yeah, but as of right now, he hasn't re-signed, and there's only a few weeks left. I mean, with the whole ordeal kind of going on, they haven't really had time to negotiate, but it's coming up, so that's something they're going to have to do. So, I mean, we'll just have to wait and see if Rey re-signs. I think he will, but, I mean, who knows? But that's why he was written off TV, kind of just take him off TV so they have more time to negotiate the contract. So we'll have to wait and see, but I'm pretty sure Rey will be back. But they might give him a little hiatus for a month or two. We'll just have to wait and see. All right, the next rumor. The next rumor is about a WWE storyline. A mystery storyline. Let's just leave it at that. So all we know about this storyline is it got canceled because of the whole virus situation. It got canceled, it got postponed, whatever. I hope it's postponed. So apparently it's supposed to be this giant storyline that they had planned out that was going to be huge and make waves all around the world and just make everyone pop for wrestling again. It was supposed to be as big, if not bigger, than when Vince's limo got blown up on national television and everyone freaked out and actual people called the police and the fire department and everyone because they actually thought his limo got blown up. It's supposed to be bigger than that. It was compared to the Nexus kind of taking over the WWE. So, I mean, supposed to be something big. I don't know if this has anything to do with the hacker thing or if that's just kind of filler content until we get to the good stuff. But apparently, as soon as they get back to crowds, this is the reason it was postponed, is because it's something that the crowd needs to kind of react to, because it's this big thing and this long-term storyline. So I have absolutely no clue what it could be, guys, but just hearing the pitch about it just gets me very, very excited. So, well, I mean, who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. But I mean, there's nothing else I can say about it. I wish I had some more information. That's all I got, guys. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and the final news story, the final rumor, the final thing I will be talking about inside of this news video. It's about SummerSlam. So, I don't even know where to start here. So, SummerSlam is... Let me just say that again. SummerSlam is having a crowd. So, Vince McMahon is reportedly very determined to have SummerSlam with a crowd, and he's not taking no for an answer. If he has to move it to another city, another country, a different planet, it's happening with a crowd. So, basically, it's scheduled to be in Boston in August. The mayor, I think it was the mayor, I don't think it was the governor, I think it was the mayor of Boston said, no big gatherings are happening in the city until, the fall time. But then he went back on his word, and the mayor came back and was like, oh, whoa. That just covers city-ran kind of things. Like the TD Garden where SummerSlam's going to be, yeah, that doesn't count under this thing. So SummerSlam now can happen there. There was rumors of moving it to Florida because Florida would be like, yeah, we'll happily host it. Put it in Tampa since we got screwed out of Mania this year. Which I was for that play because I want to go to Florida because I'm going to the show. I go to a lot of wrestling shows. If you can't tell by the chairs, I mean, they're not in shot. I have over 20 of them, but I like to travel to go to wrestling shows, so I really hope SummerSlam's happening to the crowd because I would love to go because I was planning to go to WrestleMania, but we all know what happened at WrestleMania. So anyway, guys, we'll just have to wait and see, but apparently Vince is very determined to have it in the crowd. If he has to move it or if he has to postpone it, SummerSlam this year will be happening with the crowd, so I'm excited about that. It might be moved to September, but I'm still going, and it's still going to be freaking amazing. So there you guys have it. That's going to be this episode of WWE News and Rumors. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give this video a like, brand new to the channel. Make sure to subscribe, turn on push notifications to be notified when all my amazing videos get uploaded. I mean, I do all kinds of stuff. Tomorrow I have a special video for you guys. You know that Fiend mask I just unboxed a few days ago? Hopefully you guys have seen that video. I'll actually put it down here if you guys haven't seen it. But it's the deluxe mask. I will be comparing that deluxe mask to the regular one. So don't miss that tomorrow, and turn on the little bell thing to be notified when that video is up, as well as all my other videos. But thanks for watching, guys. I'll stop rambling on. I'm Brandon Hodge, and I will see you guys in the next video.